Hey garden friends, happy Thursday. It is time for another Facebook Live. As always, comment below, tell us where you're from and your favorite garden center. I hope all of you have been out visiting. Man, everything has really broken up here in Southeast Michigan. I've been planting like crazy and it makes me so happy. Planting season is finally here. So leave a comment, tell us your favorite garden center, help each other out. If you're like me and you like to travel all around and hit up some new ones, I actually went to a new one on Mother's Day with my mom that she and I had never visited before on Rawsonville, and I don't know how to say it. I'm gonna botch it. I'll put it in the comments. But it was so cool. They had just houses and houses and houses of perennials, and obviously all of the annuals, just cool stuff. You know, when you go to a garden center and it's like you kind of know in your brain what you're after, but you're always looking for that diamond in the rough. I wish I could remember it. It's a weird name, Bontoai. I think that's how it's spelled. I don't know how to say it, but it was a good one up in Belleville on Rawsonville Road. So anyways, today we are out in the gardens again. As you can tell, we're going to be planting up one of our beds. It's just a very big circular bed. We do a layered look in this. The garden team did an amazing job picking plants for this. It really is a focal point when you're walking into the gardens. And it's got one of my new favorites, the plum veined Supertunia. So I'm super excited to watch that grow. So we're going to finish that up for the garden crew. And I also plan to kind of like walk you guys through the garden. If you joined us last week, we planted up some aqua pots of all the Supertunias. So we'll see how those are growing. But being that we're planting, leave another comment and let us know, what are you planting? What's going in your garden, in your landscape this year? Something that you're super excited about. Again, I can't wait to see that plum veined. So what's something new that you're trying out? Maybe it's a tried and true. You know, there's plants that we grow to love that we know we have to plant every year. Jazzberry is one for me, and Royal Velvet, and Ipomea. But tell us what you're planting, what you're most excited about for this season. We have a discount code, as always. So all of the plants that I'm going to be planting in the Circle Garden, you'll get an additional 10% off. And the code for that is FBLIVE 515, Facebook Live, today's date. You'll use that code at checkout and you'll get an additional 10% off already discounted prices. Right now we have buy 3, get 1 free on all of our annual grandes and quartz. So if you're planting up your garden beds this weekend, as you should be, it's a great time to buy. All right, so if you're just joining, again, we're starting out in the gardens today. I'm going to be planting up one of our circular beds. I'm going to walk you through Combo Alley, show you some new 2026 varieties, check in on the plants we planted last week. Leave us a comment below. Tell us where you're from and your favorite garden center and what you're most excited about planting this year. All right, do we feel good and confident, ready to... All right, we are going to head into Combo Alley. All right, so I am going to start off, as you can see here, we do all of the 2026 varieties here. We do combos on the right-hand side to show you how it would pair well with other varieties, and then mono baskets, so you really get that view of how it's going to grow and its habit and everything. So right here, you guys forgive me, this is my first time doing this myself. So this is the new Laguna Royales. That's the lilac. A, I love that color. It's magnificent. B, these are a little bit more dense. They're a little bit smaller, the Royales, but they are covered in those blooms. They're super heat tolerant. I know that, you know, sometimes they can tucker out in the heat. These guys will not. It's going to fill this container in really nice, and man, did they pick some good ones to plant to pair it with. I think that's Royal Plum Wine Superbina, one of my faves. Angel Face White there is the Thriller. That's going to be stunning. All right, moving on. This is the Laguna. This is not the Royale. This is just the Laguna Blue with the eye. Love that little white center. That's paired with some saffron finch and our Queen Tut as the Thriller, and a hummingbird magnet, the Kufia for Millionaire. It's such a great plant. If you guys are just joining, let us know where you're from. Comment below where you're from, your favorite garden center. And being that we're outside in the garden again today, let us know what you're planting. What are you super excited about this year? All right, I'm going to keep moving on. All right, I'll start with the combo. So this is a 2026 variety. It's the Medusa Black. How gorgeous is that? Let me get real close. It's paired with some lantana, some rock and salvia, some more queen. Oh, that might be Prince. Is that Prince? Yep. Prince Tut. Yep. As your thrillers. But this Medusa Ipomea, these guys are going to trail right over the edges of this. They can trail up to 3 feet. And that is just a magnificent color to contrast with so many things. Olivia, I love your choices. And then over here we have it in the monopot to see it just on its own. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plants here. That's going to mound up really nice, and oh my gosh, it's going to be beautiful trailing over the edge. All right. Isn't it so pretty, you guys? It makes me so happy being out here. And I don't have to pull the weeds. All right. What do we have? Oh, this one. I'm so excited about this. Let me get closer here. All right. So this is a new Ipomea. It's the Shadow Storm. Look at that variegation. So when they start off, the younger leaves start off more green. And then as it matures and grows, it starts creating that variegation with the purple, almost black in there. This is a new one that I'm so excited about. Olivia's been growing it in different combinations in the greenhouse. And she says that it plays really nice with a lot of different varieties. Because sometimes Ipomea can really take over a container, kind of choke out some other plants. And so far what we're learning with this beauty is that she plays really nice with others. So it looks like we've got some more rock and fuchsia salvia and the Supertunia Royal Velvet. One of my faves. That's going to be a stunner. And then we've got it over here in the mono as well. I love it. So here you can see, it starts off with that green, and then as it grows and matures, you're going to get more of that variegation. What I love the most is literally every leaf is different. It's like snowflakes. Every snowflake is different. Every leaf of the Shadow Storm Ipomea is different. I love it. Awesome, awesome choices for the new 2026. All right, this one I feel like deserves a drum roll. So you guys, if you've watched and followed along with our videos, you know that Jazzberry is the queen of my gardening heart. Ever since she was released, I don't remember when, it's been a few years. This most magnificent, vibrant purple, absolutely love it. Well, she has a little sister, and her name is Cool Jazz. And it's that beautiful pastel. So same things that we love about Miss Jazzberry with that vigor, but man, look at that pastel color. Stunning. So I'm really excited to try this one at home this year. But it's going to have very similar growth habit as Jazzberry. It's a vista, so you're getting good bang for your buck, and it's going to fill. That's probably, what do we got, 2 plants in here? Yep. So that's 2 plants. This is probably a 20-inch container. You guys are going to be shocked to see how much that fills in. Beautiful pastel color if you love that pastel vibe. And I love the mix here. I'm guessing this is blues. Playing the blues? Yep, I was right. Playing the blues, salvia. So that's going to be a beautiful pastel color. You know what's funny, Olivia? I'm planting this in my window boxes at home, and I bought 2 of those for my thriller. Great minds think alike. Look how stunning that is. Can we tour the gardens? Yes, Ashley, you can tour the gardens. Let me give you a pan, just because, come on, guys, it's so pretty. You can tour the gardens. They open June 15th. And we just ask that you call the office first, 734-654-6420, because we have a lot of special events in this beautiful, magnificent garden. And so we just want to make sure we can coordinate those times. But yes, you can absolutely come out and tour. By June 15th, this thing, you're not going to be able to see anything but color. Great question. If you have just joined, leave us a comment. Tell us where you're from. Tell us your favorite garden center. And so today we're going to be planting out in this beautiful circular bed. It's this way. And tell me what you're planting this year. What are you super excited about? One thing that we're planting in the circular bed later is the plum vein, the new Supertunia for 2026. That is one that I'm super excited about. So tell me what you are planting. All right, so here's another 2026. This is a Super Belle. Look at how perfectly pink she is. It's got that bubblegum pink color, just like our our beloved bubble gum. Supertunia. Did I say super bells? I'm so sorry. This is a supertunia. Scratch that. Too bad we don't have somebody to edit that out on live. All right, this is a new supertunia. It's a mini vista. So obviously the blooms, here's next to the mini vista yellow, which is the annual of the year this year. But you can tell the blooms are more dainty. They're a little bit smaller, but you guys will not be able to see green on these plants. The blooms, whoop, looks like we had a little technical difficulty there. I think we're back. Somebody leave me a comment and tell me if you can, if we're all good with. All right. All right, so we have the pink cloud, mini vista. These guys will really fill in. They don't mound as much as the classic supertunias or the vistas. I kind of call them a crawler. I mean, and you can even see on the yellow here how you've got the leg kind of coming out. It's going to crawl and creep over the edges. Yes, Morgan, I love this one too. Love it, love it. Thanks for the comment. Thank you, Kate, for letting me know. It said trying to reconnect, so I wasn't sure what was going on. All right, let's keep moving. Oh, this is a beauty. This is a beauty. All right, this is, in fact, a new Super Bells. So if you remember 2 years ago, I think, maybe 3. Sorry, guys, I get confused on my years. But we introduced the Magic Pink Lemonade Super Bells. So this is kind of like her little sister. So it's all the things that we love about the Magic Pink, that bicolor bloom. It's got some yellow and some pink in there, but it's a double. That beautiful double bloom. Love, love, love. This is Magic Grapefruit. So I've kind of found, and I don't know, I haven't grown this one myself, but I kind of found the doubles have a little bit of a different growth pattern than like the punches or just the classics. They don't seem to spill over as much. The one thing that I've noticed that would be a caveat to that is the vintage coral. That plant's a beast. But we've got this paired with some kufia. Here, let me get in here. You can see that beautiful orange bloom that the pollinators love. And one of my favorite fillers of all time, that Rock and Deep Purple. Oh, this is another gorgeous combination. All right, I'm trying to see if there are any experience with the 2026 White Whipped Cream Dianthus. Ooh, Gail, I've not planted that one, but I do know that it's hardy for, like, sometimes I struggle with Dianthus. I've planted them for a few years. I actually tested them out in some window boxes one year and then put them into the ground, and I've struggled. But I heard that the new one is super hardy, heat tolerant, like most Dianthus. But I've heard that's a good one, but I've not personally planted it. Maybe I should see if we have some and plant it with you, Gail. All right, trying to read the other comments, guys, and I don't have my glasses on. I have Jazzberry with Apricot Begonia and Coral Sun Super Bells. Oh, I bet that's gorgeous. All right, do you fill the planters with all dirt? Just curious your thoughts on filling planters with other things to help fill in. Okay, this is a great question, and I feel like the professional answer is yes, I always use all dirt. Now these we do. Out here we definitely use all dirt in these. At home, as Nikki the home gardener, I absolutely will throw in empty containers to the bottom. But with that, you do have to change out your soil more often. So if you're using all dirt, kind of change out the top layers. But if you're using some fillers, I've seen pool noodles work well. My mom's been doing it for years too, guys, and been successful. I know soil can be tricky. So yes, as a home gardener, I absolutely use other things to fill my containers, but don't tell anybody that on a professional level. All right, so here's a new one I feel like you guys are going to be excited about. The Surefire Begonias, this beautiful red here. So the ones in the past, they get ginormous. This huge mound, I'm talking like 2 to 3 feet, huge. This is a cascade. It's a trailing begonia. So Olivia, have you seen how truly trails? Yeah. Oh, I'm excited to watch that happen. Olivia's had the pleasure of being able to grow these ahead of time. I don't have experience with them yet, but my guess is here this is going to trail right over the edge. That'll be stunning because it seems like our trailers feel like my shadow is covering the beauty. Our trailers, like the real true trailers like the Ipomoeas and stuff, beautiful foliage and things like that, but how nice will it be to have blooms? I love it. Gail, I would love to come down to Toledo. Let's plan a date. Let's plan a date and you can take me to all your favorite garden centers. That'll be fun. Okay, next up here, looks like we've got some black cherry. Looks like we've got, is that marshmallow? Yeah. Biden, some blue mohawk. Is this, what's? Red ember, but it's not. Okay, the red ember. So we don't have flowers yet, but man is that, let me get into the sun. That is some pretty foliage though. Got the purpley with the green. That's going to have really pretty bright red flowers. Super heat tolerant. Super drought tolerant. Oh, that's going to be pretty, Olivia. I love it. Okay. Safari. Safari lava. Safari lava flow. This is the new James Brettia. Now, what I read about this guy, again, I haven't grown these myself yet, but these are really, really humidity tolerant. So good for our southern gardeners that are in some dry, arid spaces. Paired with some lantana, which is also super heat and drought tolerant. And this magnificent, look at that, man, it's like a canopy, our thriller. This is the beautiful Emerald Isle elephant ear. Gorgeous, man. This is tropical vibes. I feel like we're going to Maui. I love it. All right. Let's see. I've got one other thing, and then we'll keep moving on. Beautiful. Oh, I did want to show the Silver River Didelta. This guy here. This is another great one for people that have to be really water conscious. Super heat and drought tolerant right there. And oh my gosh, that silvery texture is stunning. Gets really tall, Olivia said. I'll show you the mono. I'm trying to get a good angle here in the sun, but man, you guys, it's beautiful. Silver River Didelta. I did some of the silvery in my front yard this year. That would be a pretty little accent. All right, here's another one for my southern friends. Warm climate gardeners, heat and humidity. This is a new flax, Southern Blaze pink flax. Man, that color, you can see it. You can see it from the street. Stunning. This is going to be smaller, only like 8 to 12 inches tall. It's going to fill up really nice, really dense flowers. I mean, you can tell on that one there, it's just going to be packed with blooms. Look at all those little buds coming in with some creeping Jenny, lantana, and Miss Queen Tut. Gorgeous. I agree, Morgan. Emerald Isle is a showstopper. It stops me in my tracks. Charlene, yes, you can come see the gardens. It opens to the public June 15th. And all that we ask is that you give us a call. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to read comments and answer questions at the same time. Squirrel! So if you want to come visit the gardens after June 15th, just call the office because, as you can tell, it's magnificent out here. And we have lots of private events that we host. So if you call 734-654-6420 to schedule a time to come visit. Highly recommend you guys come visit. Man, in another 4 weeks, this place is going to be booming. All right. Get more Super Bina plum wine. The color is amazing. I agree. I think we had some of that in one of the containers out here too. Love the plum wine. Oh, yay. All right, for the rest of you to see what me and Julie are talking about here. Oh, yep, there it is. Super Bina plum wine. Look at that. Oh, I love it. This is paired with, I'm assuming, the new White Knight improved. We got some Miss Bubblegum. I love those blooms. Some blue mohawk. This is going to be gorgeous, Olivia. Pinks, purples, my fave. Stunning. All right, shall we go check on what we planted last week? So just to give you a view, look at that. imagine all of this. We'll keep showing, keep tuning in each week. All right, if you're just joining, drop us a comment. Tell us where you're from and your favorite garden center. Since we're planting out in the garden today, I would love to learn what you're excited to plant. Today I'm going to be planting up some of the Supertunia plum veined, and I'm super excited about that one. All right, we are heading over to where we planted last week. If you were tuned in, well, this is where we have all of, well, probably not all, a lot of the Supertunias that we carry. And the idea behind this row here is to show you exactly how they grow, exactly how they look. You can compare, you know, obviously there's lots of beautiful purples here. Which one works best for you? This is the new Tiara Blue. Love her so very much. One thing I noticed growing the Tiara Blue last year, and you can kind of tell here, when they're younger, just before they're established fully, they're a little bit more white in the center. And then obviously, that's kind of what I love so much about them, is they all look different and all equally beautiful. Ashley, I will absolutely give Sue a hug for you. I love that. I absolutely will. Sue, if you're watching, I'm coming for you for a big giant hug from Ashley. So look at how much these have filled in. 1 week in the sun, look at that. Whole thing is filled up. You can the soil is going away. Olivia said these have not been fed yet. Just when we planted, we did the time release. They have not been fed. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is the blue, I think. This is the blue, indigo. Mini Vista Indigo. Look at how filled that container is already. 1 week, you guys. Let me step back. 1 week. I love the Mini Vista Indigo. That purple. And then we have Violet Star filling up. One of my all-time faves, Miss Bordeaux. Oh, look at that center. Love her with Royal Velvet. 1 week's time, guys. You want bang for your buck, Supertunia is the way to go. Best petunia, period. And you want to know what's even better about how beautiful they are? You don't have to deadhead. These are not grandma's petunias. Hoopla, gorgeous. Queen of my gardening heart, Jazzberry, look at that. 1 week's time. Look at that growth. Absolutely gorgeous. Plum veined. I think she might be up for a top favorite for me. This color is stunning. Love her. Man, she's really having a good time. Look at that. Gorge. So as you can see, it's kind of like an ombre. Okay, a little sneak peek. Look at all the work they've been doing this week. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's going to be so pretty. Look at all these plants. Annual of the Year, Mini Vista Yellow. Oh, So Blue, shoot. It's a salvia. I don't want to say it wrong. It's not the unplugged rock. No, it is the unplugged blue, not rockin'. Kufiyas. Looks like some lantana in there. Gorge. And back here, that whole bed there is all planted. They have been busy little bees. So as you can see, there is so much to learn and visit and see and enjoy. I don't know if you can hear the birds singing. They're happy to be here too. All right, I think we are going to make our way over to the bed that we're planting up. I'll kind of try and sneak by some of these. Actually, you know what? We're going to go this way. Sorry. I want to show you the cool jazz in the ground. It's a beautiful day out there. It's a good day to be in the garden. Look at this. Ah! I love. So this is the new Cool Jazz Supertunia. It's a Vista. This thing is going to fill in. Looks like we've got some angel face. What color is the angel face? Blue. Love. Angel face blue is the green that you see. And we got some coleus here. Awesome contrast. It's torchlight. And then it looks like we've got some Prince Tut there in the back. Ooh, this might be a new fave too. I don't know how I'm going to pick. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Hostas! I can't wait to show you guys more. I'm trying to stay on track here. How often are they watered? Yes, everything out here is on a drip. Olivia, could you maybe talk a little bit about that? The watering?
Just watering with clear water right now every day.
How often?
On
the drip, would you say? Like, how would it total out to watering at home?
Start like 3 days a week at the beginning.
Okay.
And then as the summer goes on and they get bigger, we'll wean them off a little bit so they search for water. It depends on what's in the bed, kind of, too.
Yeah.
In the zone. I mean, some heat tolerant stuff, we don't give them as much water in that zone, depending. But petunias, once they get bigger, end of summer, we'll pump a little more. We're feeding them, too. We do overhead watering, so we don't run the drip too much. Just depends on what's in them.
Yep, absolutely. Gail, I'm like you. I'm going to leverage Olivia to come over to my house and teach me how to set up some irrigation. Because I'm a hand waterer myself, but it's therapeutic, except when it's July and I'm over it. I'm like, do they really need me to go water them? Oh, look. My shadow is in the way. Look how stunning. This is Senorita Rosalita. I love her. Oh man, you guys, look how pretty that's going to be. Okay, sorry, squirrel, distracted. Too many pretties. All right, so this is the circle bed that we are going to be planting up. We've got the Superbena Sparkling Amethyst. This is going to spill over the edge, filling in with the Plum Veined. I think a new one of my faves. Which salvia? Oh no, that's Aromagica. That's a new one, Aromagica Purple. I grew this last year and loved it. You can't, let me get to it where you can see a bloom. Try and show you. You can kind of see that little purple bloom there. That thing is going to get huge. I'm talking huge. And it's one of those that it buries the dead. So you don't have to deadhead. New blooms will come over and replace it. But this will be covered in these magnificent purple blooms. And then we have another one of my faves. I know, so many. In the center here, those big balls of green are the Suncredible sunflowers. Is it yellow or Saturn? Yellow. Beautiful. And then the center, our key thriller, is the lovely purple fountain grass. Gorgeous. Look at all the purple. I'm so excited. All right. I am going to hop up in here and grab some power tools. So as you can see here, they did not follow spacing. Let me see, I think it tells us on the plant tag. On your plant tags, when you're reading them, can I get closer? You'll see the spacing. How's that? Good? All right. So you can follow this and trust this. All right. Superbena's very vigorous. I can already tell Plum Veined is going to be vigorous. We do this for wow factor, for instant impact, right? This is going to fill this entire bed and it's going to be amazing. You do not have to do that at home. I would say you could easily cut this by half, if not plant it by 1/3. So spacing is really thing. And if you're wondering how to space, read your plant tag. It'll tell you. A lot of the vistas, 3 feet. Bang for your buck, 3 feet of space. So you don't want to overplant unless you're like us and you like it super full and super pretty right out of the gates. But don't let this overwhelm you. You don't have to plant that many. All right. Do we have any questions before I start digging? Okay. So I'm just going to go through, really no rhyme or reason, just kind of digging some holes and plopping it in. We're going to do the front layer with the Superbena. So I'm going to probably do that first and plug them in. These guys are probably only 6 to 8 inches apart. So that's about the pattern I'm following. This is a beast, by the way. Oh, that one looks like I was hitting some stone. Do one more here. Okay, let's throw some in. So these are obviously trays, not like the grandes you'll get at home. we're just going to pop them in. That hole's a little deep for these little guys. Olivia might have to do some correcting. Hold on, I want to add some to the bottom of this one. Augers make it super quick and easy, guys. Really almost don't even need it with these little cuties. I love, 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 love Super Bina. This sparkling amethyst is gorge. They are so vigorous, grow like crazy, fill in all your spots, climb over your combo containers. Hello. Crawling out, stunning, gorgeous. Olivia, is my spacing okay? Okay. All right. Done. One more guy over here. Did you know that putting your hands in the soil creates all the good hormones in our brain? It's literally science that it makes us happy. It's not just because they're pretty. So if you're having a bad day, go dig in some soil. 10 out of 10. All right, I'm going to now fill in with some plum veined so that I can walk my way out of this beautiful bed. And I don't even think I need the auger, to be honest. These smell good. I know that sounds crazy, but petunias have a smell, and I love it. All right, let's see. Don't overthink it, Nick. Oh, she's so beautiful. It's the color. I mean, her habit's gorgeous too. Super awesome mounding habit, gets nice and tall. But that color, it's a mix. It's the perfect mix of purple and pink. Love it. All right, so I'm not giving you a good amendment of your soil here, Olivia. Sorry about that, but this is easier to show our friends. Beautiful. Any questions or anything? Okay.
Charlene says, doesn't that earth feel great?
It does. It feels so good. It's my favorite. That's why I don't wear gloves. I want to feel it on my hands. If it gets in my nails, even better.
Linda said her favorite garden center is Creekside Nursery in Dallas, North Carolina.
We love Creekside. We love Jenny from Creekside. Faithful followers over here.
Gail had a couple. She recommended a proven winners class in drip.
Oh, I love that, Gail. I know just the girl. Olivia is a pro. Every plant at her house is on drip. I'm so jealous.
Gail also said she highly recommends an auger. Got one a week ago, and it's a game changer. Cuts the work in half.
It really, really does, Gail. I completely agree. The twist and plants, we have the original, which is super easy, perfect for grandes, the perfect size for grandes. Go in, drill your holes, pop them in. We have the jumbo, which is a bit bigger, which would be good for your perennials and your shrubs. And the extended, which is super great if you don't want to actually be down on your hands and knees as much. It's a bit longer.
Dennis asks, are we hosting the Signature Garden event this year?
We are, Dennis. We are hosting it. It is the 12th and the 13th, or the 13th and the 14th. one of those dates, but it's in August and we can't wait. We'll be sure to go live. We'll go live on those days so you guys can see this place popping off with a ton of garden friends and all the pretty plants. I'm gonna throw one more in here. How we doing on time, friends?
We're at 35.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna throw these couple more in here and then we'll wrap up. So if you guys have any more questions, put it in the chat so we can get those answered. Oh, I could do this all day. I will. I am going to go home and do more of this. All right. Give them another good pan of this beautiful bed. Thanks so much for joining us today, guys. Again, that discount code is FBLIVE515. You get all these beautiful plants at additional 10% off. We're trying out this 3:30 time today. We'll see how it did for you guys. We're going to keep playing around to find the sweet spot for you. But thanks so much for joining. I hope you have so much fun in your gardens this weekend. Happy planting. See you later. Adios. Thanks for watching. We're so glad you're here. Have a great day.